What's good, you guys? You know who it is, man. It's your boy, Mr. Relentless Lex, and I'm back like I never left this mother. Yes, Sirski. Hello, somebody. All right, listen. Even though I said I'm back like I never left this mother, I could have been gone like I never been to this mother. This is the reason why. Okay, so as you guys can tell by the title of this video, it's only for me to bring more awareness on the blood pressure issues that a lot of people have that they may not know they have. I don't know if you guys heard this before, but the blood pressure is what they call the silent killer, right? So this is the thing, you guys. I'm gonna tell my story before I get into details about how to control it, how to lower it, and everything else, okay? We're gonna get to that part, right? The first part, first and foremost, is gonna be this. I just recently found out that I have problems with my blood pressure. This is how I found out. So, right, I had this interview for this job, right? Yes, I'm going back to the work field. So I had this interview for this job. It's been 2 years since I've worked. So now that I decided, okay, let me go back in the work field, right? Because that's what I want to do. All right, so I get this interview. Goes to the interview. Everything went successful. Everything went well. So after the interview, maybe like about 3 or 4 days later, I was called to go take my physical. So I went to take my physical, right? So the physical was a 3-part physical. The first part was blood pressure check and strength ability. The second part was eye exam. And the third part was, and the HR part, yeah, the HR part, doing your W4 form and all that, W4 form and all that. So the HR part and questionnaires and everything on the computer, basically. All right. So the first part failed. Blood pressure, right? So the nurse, she checked my left arm, you guys. My left arm, she checked my left arm. My blood pressure was a 181 over a 111. Now, I haven't checked my own blood pressure in quite some time. It's been a minute. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because I always felt fine. I always felt like I was okay, always, right? So then she was like, "That's pretty high." So she said, "Let me check your other arm, because this machine, the handheld machine, sometimes it act kind of crazy." So she went and got a more better equipment machine. So she come in with the thing on the roller. She checked my right arm. When she checked my right arm, it was a 191 over 1 something. She was like, "Oh my gosh," she said, "That's pretty high." She said, "Are you nervous? Are you anxious or anything?" I was like, I kind of was anxious a little bit. I really was, but not as anxious as that blood scale reading, you know. So she said, "Hey, look, take some time, go outside, take a walk, take a deep breath, or either you can go in this dark room and lay down for about 5 minutes to try to calm yourself down." So I went outside, took a walk, took a deep breath, and then I was like, man, I'm thinking like, okay, my window is closing in because I was supposed to have orientation that following Monday. And now this is this past Monday. So I'm like, man, if I don't get this blood pressure down, I'm not gonna be able to start orientation. So basically, I didn't pass the blood pressure check, so I couldn't take the physical part of the test. Okay, so moving forward, she said, "Well, we're gonna do the rest while you're here. So when you come back, you don't have to do everything else." So I went and took my eye exam past that. I went and did the HR department stuff and everything with my paperwork on the computer and all that. So everything else was a success. It was just the blood pressure. So she said, "Look, you need to do a follow-up with the blood pressure, get it down, and then come back." Okay. Mind you, I haven't been to the doctor in so long, you guys. My last physician lived in another whole county over. I don't think he even in business anymore. I called like a urgent care type place. They say they couldn't schedule me in until September, October, September, close to October. I'm like, bro, what am I gonna do, right? So luckily, I called back to the place that I had my screening did at, right? So they were like, "You know what? My nurse practitioner said she will see you. because the company that I went to is the company that I applied at for the job. So they're all in the same umbrella, right? So now, thank God that I'm considered as an employee already in the books. It was on the house. It was on the house. I didn't have to pay anything. So basically, that's a good thing. They were like, nah, you can come in and see the nurse practitioner, because you're working for the company now. We just got to get your blood pressure down lower before you can start. You might need to be on blood pressure meds. We don't know yet. We got to get you to come back in. Okay, so I went back in yesterday. Now, mind you, it's been like 3 days. Let me see first. 2 days. It's been 2 days since I took the first reading and it was high. So the next 2 days, I was watching what I ate. I wasn't drinking no alcohol beverages. I wasn't smoking nothing. I wasn't doing nothing. I wasn't exercising either though. I just was kind of watching what I eat and wasn't taking in nothing bad, right? Nothing salty, nothing like that. Because usually I wasn't watching my diet. I wasn't consuming alcohol sometimes, smoking cigars sometimes and stuff like that. So I say, you know what? It's time for a lifestyle change. I think that's what's causing it to be high as well. Of course it is, right? So I said, let me stop for a second, at least till I get this job and see what's going on, right? So I stopped for those 2 days. And when I went back in yesterday, my blood pressure was still high. It was still high. So they were like, unfortunately, we still can't give you the test for the job. But you can also see the nurse and she can prescribe you some meds. So I said, okay, cool. So now I'm thinking about the job, but I'm like, you know what? Health is wealth, right? Let's get the health together first, because I don't want to be on the job and can't perform because I'm not feeling well, or we never know how things may take a turn, right? So health is wealth. So I said, okay, cool, let's do it. All right. So I was a new patient, so they did the charts and everything, height, the weight, the family background and everything. Am I allergic to all the questions they ask you in your first visit, whatever, right? Got all that together. So, make a long story short, I end up being prescribed some meds. It's called amlodipine or something like that. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, but you guys probably know what I mean. Amlodipine. So, I started that yesterday, right? So now I'm thinking like, wow, as high as my blood pressure was, you guys, before I left yesterday, the doctor told me, she said, I don't want to scare you, but you really are in stroke range. You really are in stroke range. And I didn't even know that. I didn't even know. So that's why I'm making this video today, you guys, on blood pressure awareness. Listen to me, you guys. Please make sure, especially when you get up in age. When you start to get up in age, you guys, please make sure you're checking your blood pressure. And not only your blood pressure, but everything else, your hemoglobin, your cholesterol, everything that counts. Because we only have one life to live, you guys. We only have one life to live. I got kids, I got grandkids, I got family, I got friends that care about me. And I'm walking around here about to stroke out and not even knowing it. Feeling okay. I'm feeling okay. But it was one day, I will admit, it was one day that I really ignored the sign. Maybe about a month ago, I woke up one morning and my fingertips and my toe tips, they wasn't really numb, but they had like this tingly feeling. And I was like, why my fingertips feel and my toes feel like they tingly? I could feel my fingers or something. I was like, are they numb or they? But I think that was an indicator right then and there. I think that was an indicator right then and there that I ignored. Because I've never had a health condition. I've never been in the hospital. I never broke a bone. Thank God. I've always been healthy as an ox and everything else. But that particular day, I ignored the sign. So to make a long story short, I'm thankful for God allowing me to be in position to get seen and to have a job. Even though I can't start the job as soon as I would love to start it, but at least I do have my health conditions under control now. And I've scheduled me another appointment 2 weeks from now to go get everything else checked. Now I'm on this health journey. I'm on this big health journey. In my mind, it was like a awakening call, a scare tactic for me. Now I'm like, you know what? That was a close one. When she told me I could have had a stroke, because I live alone. And I'm thinking, imagine if something would have went wrong and I'm living alone in my own crib and something happened and I'm in here having this and can't move or can't talk and can't. I would have been SOL, you guys. I would have been SOL. So now, ways to prevent high blood pressure. Monitor it. First, number one step, monitor your blood pressure. If you know you got a family history of blood pressure, whether it's your dad's side or your mom's side, monitor your blood pressure. Get it checked at least once a month, twice a month, something. Monitor your blood pressure, bro. Secondly, sodium intake. You have to start to read the back of these labels on these products, especially canned goods, anything in a can. Salami meats, bologna, sausages, weenies. You have to look at the ingredients. Look at the sodium intake on these products, because that's one of the key things that elevates your blood pressure. So be mindful. Basically, nutrition. Watch what you eat. You feel me? All right. Thirdly, enough rest, sleep. Sleep is very important. A lot of people say 8 hours of sleep is detrimental, but me, I really don't sleep 8 hours. I'm used to sleeping like 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 3, wake up, be up for like 35, 40 minutes, laying in bed, take another nap about 2 more hours, kind of like off and on. But your health could play a part in your sleep. So if you're not sleeping good, you may not be healthy. It all plays a role with each other. It all plays a role. So sleep is important. Alcohol consumption and tobacco smoking is important. We all know those things are not, they are unhealthy. They probably like help you get the party more hype or get the party started, but they are unhealthy. Moderation when it comes down to smoking and alcohol consumption. Thirdly, we're on third or fourth. Third one, life situations, which is naturally stress, right? The bills, the kids, the economy, the job, the church, anything that's causing you to be stressed, blood pressure through the roof. And when your blood pressure up, that's probably why you can't sleep that long. Because that's probably why I couldn't never sleep that long. My blood pressure probably been up, and I didn't even know it because I wasn't monitoring it, you guys. I wasn't monitoring it. So now that I'm on this new journey, I want you guys to come along with me on this journey. Go get your blood pressure checked today. If you've been feeling funny, if you feel like tiredness in the eyes, I know for a lot of days, my eyes, I've been waking up, my eyes been feel like they've been burnt. Look, I used to keep some eye drops right here. See my eye drops right here, boom. I used to keep eye drops with me because I'll wake up in the morning and I didn't feel tired or sleepy, but my eyes would be burning like, I'm like, why my eyes? It could have been my blood pressure. So there's a lot of key factors, man. There's a lot of information on the internet. We can look at with the diet, the nutrition part, and if you don't have a physician, there's ways around it. Find a urgent care or a local community sub hospital type thingy, and see if they'll take you in and work out some payment arrangements with you or something. But it's better to try than not to try, because you don't want to lose your life over not knowing of what's really going on. And it can very well happen. Your blood pressure can mess up your heart. It can mess up your kidneys. It can mess up your liver. And it can mess up a whole lot of things. Your eyes, everything. And I've noticed the past couple of weeks, I noticed this too about myself. That's why I'm thinking my blood pressure probably been up for quite some time. Because the past couple of weeks, I've been very short patient and agitated by every different little thing. So I thought back, I was like, maybe I was that way because my pressure was up that made me feel this way, Because now I've been clean cut for like 3 days. I'm feeling better already. I wasn't smoking. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't stressed. I was resting. I started my meds. Bro, I feel 10 times, I wouldn't say 100 times different, but I'm gonna say at least 10 times different already. And I'm excited for this new health journey. I want you guys to come along. I want you guys to feel as good as I feel. And I want you guys to live with me. And until next time, peace and love.